Yes, sir. You never seen a podcast this good for this long.
Absolutely.
You know, we coming at you live from the Platinum House. This is What More Can We Say? I go by the name of Radio God Stu.
It's Jalen back in the building. You feel me? And let's just...
Hey, man.
Hey, man. Come on now. Right off the rip.
Hey, man, I'm feeling real Miami-ish, man. Shout out to the whole Platinum gang.
Yeah, that boy got Miami. The good silk
hey, man, we tore Miami down. When I tell you booby trap on the river, the urban.
I think I still see the price tag on the motherfucker.
Club Live on Sunday.
Okay, yeah,
Shout
you
out
was
to the
doing
homie
it.
50 Cent.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we had a great time. So I'm feeling real Miami. It's my Miami Vice vibe that I'm
shit
giving
look
today.
expensive. I still see the price tag on the motherfucker. I think
Some threads.
That's nice. Yeah, for sure. Keep going
You
up.
feel me? But you know, episode 6, we right back here, live from the Platinum House, man. You know, we're gonna kick things off the right way. You know what I'm saying? Last episode, you know, we had to give a big condolence, but also congratulations to Malcolm Jamal Warner.
Yeah, congratulations on a wonderful career. Unfortunate that the life got stopped short, but you know got to keep it going.
Yes, but in better news, the homie, Coach Prime. You know
yeah, man, come on.
You know, it's been released. You know, it was speculated for weeks that he was battling some health issues. You know, and everybody didn't know exactly what it was. But it's been released this week that, you know, he was suffering from a form of bladder cancer. And they had his bladder removed, and they're like helping build him a new bladder and stuff. So, you know, speedy recovery for Coach Prime. He's definitely, you know, one of my idols, one of my heroes.
For sure.
Great guy. I'm very tight with his family, with his kids and stuff. Shout out to Shiloh, Shador, DeAndre, DJ, Shalomi, you know, the whole squad. So, you know, we wish him nothing but the best, you know, and Coach Prime, the whole University of Colorado, the Buffaloes, you know, we know they're going to have a great season, you know, regardless of, you know, his health setbacks or whatever. But, you know.
I'm glad that he's going to be coaching this season because, to your point, I was looking on the news too, and I'm kind of like, no way. And you know, there's always all these people, the second that he got to Colorado, that was already starting to write the articles about, well, as soon as Shador and Shiloh leave, then he's going to be out of there. And so, so many niggas was sitting there just rubbing their filthy-ass hands doing the Birdman, and sorry, not going to happen. Now, the cancer scare is legit, and so you can't ever take that for granted, but I am sincerely happy to hear after that press conference that he seems to be doing much better from a health perspective. And it feels like now that I think it's in remission to my knowledge, he should be all good to go to coach out the rest of the season. And it's scary in general, bro, to just kind of think about, I guess, doing like a 10,000-foot view. I'm super close with my dad as well as my grandfather. And my grandfather had actually passed from prostate cancer like 2 years ago or so. So for me, something that resonated with me heavy was him doing a lot of talking about, especially for black men, the importance of going to the doctor and being in touch with your health and not being afraid to, you know what I'm saying, go check in more frequently than when your leg is falling off or when your elbow feels like it's damn near out of socket or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, you know, good thing that, you know, he goes and he gets his regular checkups and stuff to test for different things. So they were able to catch it and treat it, you know what I'm saying, and properly, you know, because, you know, Coach Prime is one of those guys who's heavy in his faith, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, sometimes, you know, when people are heavy in the faith, they're like, oh, well, God just going to take care of it. I don't got to go to the doctor. No, you still got to go to the doctor.
But especially, I'm going to say this, though, again, and I'm getting on some of my older black men out there because I know that we bet, like, even for me, bro, I'm going to keep it a stack. Like, it's even kind of uncomfortable for me to ask my dad, like, straight up front, like, are you doing okay health-wise? Are you doing okay mentally? Are you doing okay physically? Because he is getting older. Not making him sound like he's, you know, caned up or nothing like that. Like, he's good. But, you know, as he does continue to get older, you don't want to take it for granted and kind of assume, oh, well, you know, he hasn't said nothing, so he's good. You do want to be sure to check in on people. And like I said, we do have this stigma, particularly in our community, of we just don't feel and there's historical context behind that too. If you go all the way back, there's reasons for that. But I just think in general, like a lot of the people I know, especially like older black men, bro, like they just do not like to go to the doctor unless they are, you know, laid all the way out on damn near on my deathbed.
That's
and so,
me.
yeah,
It's me. It's me
it's
too.
bad. Yeah, no, it's bad, bro. Like, you know, and I think even for myself, I kind of got in that wave as well. Like, you know, just following my dad's steps and kind of being like, oh, well, you know, it might be too expensive this time, or I don't really need to go now. I could wait. And that stuff really does play to your detriment. You'd rather be safe than sorry. And so I appreciate him taking the time to spread that message. And because, you know, like I said, even with my own grandfather, it spread from prostate into all throughout the body because he wasn't on top of it in that way. And he was taking those same presumptions, kind of like you're saying, where it's like, oh, I feel fine, or, oh, that's going to kind of be a waste of time. Or sometimes, we're scared to even kind of talk about our own emotions and how we might be fearful of what they might tell us when we get there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's not always about like, oh, well, it's expensive, I don't have time, so on and so forth. Like there might be real fear about finding out something about your health that you really do have to get in line that could, alter the way that you live your life up to that point. So it's super important to go to the doctor, bro.
Nah, shout out to my dad because he makes sure that I stay on top of that stuff, and like I'm like more conscious of my like he's such a health nut that like he don't let me slack up. He'd be like, no, go do this, go do it right now. If I have one too many drinks, he'd be like, you need to stop drinking.
Yeah.
You need to detox. You need to do this, and I'd be like, yo, my man, leave me alone. You know what I'm saying? But definitely, black man, we definitely want to encourage everyone to make sure that they go they see their doctor. You get your checkups, man. You get all the tests done.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So make sure that you take your health to the most serious that you possibly can, because that's the only thing that you really have.
Facts.
You know
There's nothing corny about going to the
health.
doctor. Dying early is corny when you could have prevented it. That's what's corny.
So one more time, best wishes to Coach Prime.
Applause for Coach Prime, man, for getting up out that joy, man. Hopefully everything is all good, and I'm looking forward to watching the season coming up.
Absolutely. You know why? Because Shador ain't gonna be there. Shiloh ain't gonna be there. Cyrus Hunter ain't gonna be there. But that boy Julian Lewis.
That boy looked like that might...
he was the number 2 recruit. You know what I'm saying? So he's coming in. They also had a transfer student from Liberty.
Caden Salter.
Yeah, from Liberty University. So it's going to be an interesting summertime for Colorado and see how they transition into the fall, man. So we're definitely looking forward to it. They might have to fly out to Boulder. You know what I'm saying? Catch a game or two.
Those games look live too, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Like I love what Deion's doing there because, like I said, there was such a dark cloud over him even going to the university. So for him to not only be there, but to succeed. And what I love about Prime the most, bro, is he seems to have a genuine interest in the kids, bro.
No, for
like
sure.
Outside of NILs and sports and so on and so forth. And I'm sure that, some players might be more. I'm sure Travis Hunter might get a little bit more of a privilege.
His bag is way bigger than everybody else's.
But I do think he has a genuine interest in seeing those kids turn into young men and really be some people that can contribute to society outside of just what they do on the field.
Right. And being impactful in society outside of just football. You know who is impactful?
Who is this?
Hulk Hogan.
Man, I'm going to save my sound effects.
How do you feel about the passing of the late, great wrestling icon, Hulk Hogan? Because I'll give my thoughts after you give yours.
Okay. Okay, so for me, being 30, I'm familiar with the figure of Hulk Hogan. I didn't watch him wrestle, obviously.
Okay.
But he was one of those guys, almost kind of like a Snoop to me, almost, where he transcended whatever profession he was in. He just became a household name regardless. So I saw a lot of people feel like they were conflicted. For me, I'm gonna keep it a stack. Once time goes on and things come out, I'm one of them niggas who feel like, all right, cool, you was Hulk Hogan back then. That is what it is. But the nigga that I knew today that was talking about he don't want his daughter to date niggers and all so on and so forth, and that's verbatim what he said. That's not me paraphrasing. So when he's saying those words verbatim, to me, I'm like, all right, well, fuck you. Now, I'm gonna say this on the other side though. I'm not one of these people who gets on Twitter and throws a quinceañera because somebody ended up dying that I didn't really like that.
Right.
I personally don't feel the need to take that onto my shoulders. I feel how I feel about Hulk Hogan. I think that him being a racist abuser is enough for me. Now, I didn't need to go on Twitter that same day and shoot him in RIP, but I also didn't need to go on there and be like,
tap dance
man,
on his grave.
Hell yeah, fuck him, da-da-da. And I think that is a little excessive. Now, that's just me in my line. I will say, though, and obviously you'll speak to your own experience, I can't tell somebody who feels like what he said post-wrestling career, that besides just even what he said about his daughter, but he's had a couple times where he said some crazy racist, or when he put his hands on women. So if somebody took that approach and said that they don't feel any type of, remorse or whatever the case may be, I'm not the one to be the judge, jury, execution over that. But I do feel like for myself personally, I just don't do the tap dancing whenever somebody dies. It's kind of like, they were a foul nigga. It is what it is. And life kind of goes on.
It's kind of like the finality of the situation makes you like not even like, care to like, expound on it in a certain type of way. Me being, you know, an 80s baby
Right.
and growing up with Hulk Hogan becoming the biggest wrestling icon probably that wrestling has ever seen. Like, there wouldn't be the WWE and all that stuff if it wasn't for the WWF and what Hulk Hogan brought to wrestling.
Quick time out though, and I do got to read more up on it. But you know, he was a instrumental part in breaking up the WWF because I think they tried to start something with the union. And bro, now as far as his popularity, he for sure raised it up. But I know that when it came to legal matters, a lot of wrestlers don't rock with bro because they felt like he had kind of busted up the union that they were about to try to get going in transitioning for the WWE. Go ahead, sorry.
Yeah, but me being a Hulkamaniac, growing up being a Hulkamaniac, you know what I'm saying? It was like 4 or 5 wrestlers.
Yeah.
Ultimate Warrior, Macho Man Randy Savage, Hulk Hogan, Undertaker,
Ric Flair.
You know what I'm saying? Ric Flair,
sure.
Ted DiBiase. Like I'm from like that era of wrestling where we actually kind of like thought it was real.
Yeah, and wrestling was super
You know what I'm
lit
saying?
then too.
Andre the Giant. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the era that like I grew up
Like real
watching,
superstars,
real like, and they were like larger than life figures to us back then. So it's like kind of like, you know, damn, I wish I kind of didn't know, you know, his personal feelings.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
that's
Because
real.
I really like respected him as an athlete and what he brought to, you know what I'm saying, the sport of wrestling that, you know, that I enjoyed growing up watching. Now that I do know that stuff about him, does it kind of impact how I feel, you know, after he tragically passed away? A little bit. So it's like, oh damn, Hulk Hogan died. Oh well, shit, nigga, he ain't like black people no way. So you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, that's
so
real.
fuck him. But you also kind of like, nobody's perfect. You know what I'm saying? So you kind of almost have to like the gracious side of you almost has a little bit of compassion for him because it's like, damn, there is a finality in death where a person can't atone for his mistakes and he can't, you know what I'm saying, one day realize, damn, what I did was fucked up and foul and what I said was fucking out of pocket. So damn, I do need to atone and make up for those mistakes.
Yeah.
Why? Because nigga, you dead now. You know what I'm saying? It is your legacy is what it is. It's gonna be, damn, I was a great wrestler. Damn, I was a racist motherfucker.
But I don't feel like that's something that really bothered bro because when he said that shit, the nigga was in his like 60s.
Yeah.
You feel me? So this is not, and I'm not trying to give you too much pushback, but just in general, like this is not somebody who was 16, 17, 18 making, you know, an egregious mistake because it is an egregious mistake. Let's be clear. But it's not somebody who made an egregious mistake when they were young. He's a grown ass man.
Yeah,
and
but
is fully aware of what he's saying. And so to me, I feel like any remorse that the nigga would have expressed is just for being caught in that light. Because the recording wasn't something that he publicly said. It was somebody had sneak recorded him saying that, and that's how it kind of ended up getting leaked.
I'm more, and I'm not saying accepting of it because I'm not accepting racism by any stretch of the imagination.
Yeah.
But I'm more so mad at a 16, 17-year-old coming out saying racist things.
Really?
I'm gonna tell you why.
Okay.
Because you being born in the 50s, late 40s, 50s, early 60s, racism was what you grew up in. That was like your parent. So like you being racist is a direct correlation to what you grew up in and how your parents were. You know what I'm saying? Your parents were racist and they instilled the racism in you. So I really don't feel like, and the environment that you lived in was racist. So I don't feel like you necessarily had a choice. That was what was instilled in you. But a 16-year-old, 17-year-old in this day and age, when it's so socially unacceptable to be racist and you're choosing racism, when you have so many examples of how not to be racist and why not to be racist and the things that it can hinder you from by being racist, now you should know better. Like by now, you should know better. But if you were in like you're born in the 40s and the 50s and the 60s, I kind of expect a tinge of racism to come from you because that's the era in which you grew up in. You grew up in, you know, blacks can go here, whites can go here. You know what I'm saying? So you know segregation, you know all of these things. So that racism was already ingrained in you. You know what I'm saying? When you probably before you even had a choice to say, oh no, that's not right. It was ingrained in, so that's all that you know.
Yeah, I mean, I hear what you're saying, but to me, again, like I said, like, I do agree that if you're coming from a certain era or a demographic, I do think that some of that could be ingrained in you 100%. I do also think, though, as a grown-ass man, it's still incumbent upon you to research and either unlearn that or don't express that shit. Like, again, to your point, I'm not him. If somebody would have told me, yo, you know Hulk Hogan's racist, I'm not going to jump out of my seat and just be completely shocked. You feel me? But at the same point in time, I do think that there's such thing as couth, as such thing as discretion, as such thing as not expressing whatever is in here in your head. That just might be what it is. But when you start expressing it, then you are fully accountable for that. So I hear what you're saying as far as an upbringing goes and being ingrained. But I also think that, you know, the nigga lived until 2025. So he done seen enough progressions in the world.
Well, you lived through George Floyd.
He knows what it is and what it ain't.
Right.
You feel me? So I'm not going to say R.I.P. Hulk Hogan, but that was something that happened. And so that is something that we had to cover. Now, let me ask you this. Kind of talking about, because I think in general, when you're talking about a Hulk Hogan, there's somebody's legacy who might get affected a little bit more by the amount of time that might have elapsed when it comes to his legacy. You know what I'm saying? If this was 2004 and he don't ever say anything like that, then it might not be a thing. You know what I mean? But when you kind of fast forward now and the more time goes on and the more research is done and the more technology is available to us, you might get put in these predicaments. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Transition into that, you saw Ari Lennox talking about Martin recently?
Oh, man, Ari. And this is an issue that I have sometimes.
Okay, kick it off.
You know, with this younger generation.
Yeah.
Sometimes they just can't let the entertainment be the entertainment. They gotta like dig way beyond the surface of it just being entertainment.
Right.
And they gotta like dig things up that like people probably weren't even like, when they were writing this show, they weren't like, oh well, we're gonna make sure that we subliminally do this to like, you know, be colorist or, you know what I'm saying, to be sexist or...
Because what you're talking about real quick...
It was just good old-fashioned humor comedy.
Because what you're talking about is Ari Lennox had a rant recently. Right. Not a rant. I won't say a rant because that makes it sound like she was just going crazy. But she had a discussion recently on her live where she was talking about how Martin had kind of made her feel uncomfortable as she gets older because she feels like it was slanted or hyper-focused on Martin dissing Pam and I guess in a general
that whole
sense...
dynamic.
Right, and then in a general sense, picking on or the mistreatment of black women, darker skinned women in particular, because Pam was obviously the darker skinned woman compared to Gina. So this is interesting for me. I'm gonna let you get this off because I know you really grew up. Now I love Martin. Right. Let me be very clear. A lot of my personality, humor, joke, the way I do my style, all that's big Martin. Like the whole show, that's me. But I know you really were in it when it was going on, cracking. So please go ahead and set the table for us.
I mean,
how do you feel?
How do I feel about it? I feel like Martin is probably like one of the greatest TV shows for black people that has ever come out. It's the most entertaining, the most funny.
I'll call it the greatest of all time.
It's the funniest.
For sure.
I will for sure say Martin is the funniest.
We could do a whole episode
TV
just
show.
Recounting the episodes. Yeah.
So many iconic moments from that show. And I feel like everybody got equal opportunity dissing from Martin. Yeah. And Martin got dissed equally by everybody else too. Yeah. He was called short. His ears were big. You know what I'm saying? Like he was dissed just as much as anybody else on the show, whether it was from Tommy, Pam, Gina, Cole,
everybody.
Shanae got it. Roscoe got it.
Bruh Man.
Everybody. Bruh Man got it. Every character, you know what I'm saying? They were joned on by Martin, but that's what made the show funny. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that any of the jokes or any of the things that were written in the show were subliminally written in there to like, you know, be colorist or to, you know, I don't think that, you know, people should have taken it the way that Ari's taking it. And I can't tell her how to take it. She's going to take it how she takes it. You know what I'm saying? But it's kind of like, you know, ruining the entertainment value of it and the comedic genius of it too. You know what I'm saying? We all get picked on for whatever reasons, whether they be something that we can control or can't control. For sure. I was short growing up. I got called short a lot. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? All right, I can't help that I was short, but shit, nigga, some of the short jokes were fucking funny.
Yeah, now sometimes it just do be funny. Niggas be on the money.
Like,
you know what I'm saying?
And it just is what it is. So I don't feel like, you know, it was intentionally being cruel. Like now when you're intentionally being cruel to someone, all right, now we got to address that. But, you know, it just being entertainment, it just being jokes, we could take it as, you know what I'm saying, it just being jokes, man. never gonna stop watching Martin, and I'm never gonna stop laughing at it. I don't care how many times I've seen all those episodes. Nigga, I'm gonna watch Martin. Like it's just my kids gonna watch Martin.
That's real. Now
You know
listen,
what I'm
that's real shit. Now I got a story about Martin later, but I do think too, because for me, I love the show, bro. Like it's damn near like the link between me and my dad, me and my uncle. Like our love for Martin is kind of, you know what I'm saying? Like that introduced us to humor and the way that we joke with one another and the way that we talk with one another. So I'm not gonna lie, and I love Ari Lennox. But when she said this, I was like, no, don't go after Martin.
Like, you
Not
can't
Marty
go after
Mart. Don't do it.
Nigga, Martin got knocked out and came out with fucking lumps all over his fucking head. Like, that shit was funny.
Now, I will say, to your point, I kind of take this approach a little bit to some extent where it's like, my opinion, I agree with you. I don't think that Martin was... Now, obviously, a lot of the jokes were Martin, Pam, Martin, whatever the case may be.
That banner was just funny.
Yeah, no, for sure. I don't think that it was slanted in any way to particularly do that. Now, I do think that in 2025, where we might be a little bit more analytical over just the climate for Black people in general, you do get to a place where you might kind of start breaking down different things like a Martin, which I don't think needed that. But also, I think you made a good point too. I've tried to, now that I've gotten older, I've tried to get to a space where if I'm not the affected party and somebody who is affected tells me how they feel about it, I can't tell you that's wrong, or I can't discount that or invalidate that. So for example, Ari Lennox being a darker skinned woman, if she feels like Martin was hurtful to her, who am I to be like, nah, you wrong, fuck you, you tripping, da-da. So I do think you have to validate those emotions there, but I also think that it doesn't have to be the gospel though, just because she says it. So I do think that there has to be a level of attentiveness paid to somebody saying something like that when she is a darker skinned woman and Pam was darker skinned. But at the same point in time, I do agree with you where, man, sometimes you might be tearing shit down to the studs if you just, if you watching everything and dissecting every angle, it might be kind of tough for you to enjoy shit. So, you know, I think that we're just in one of those periods with media in the world today where everything is starting to progress. We're starting to see different lifestyles, different sexual orientations, different racial backgrounds, whatever the case may be, racial relationships, all that stuff. And so I think that kind of causes people to look back a little bit and use the history as kind of like a stepping stool to move forward to some extent. So I would hope that she's just trying to maybe be a little bit more precautious than anything, and maybe hope that doesn't spin out into something that's actually harmful, because to your point, I just didn't feel like it was harmful like that, bro. I'm gonna keep it a stack. Like, I love Martin.
And I'm gonna tell all the younger generation, if you are sensitive, please don't go back and watch nothing from the 90s or the 80s, because it's just gonna hurt your heart and you're gonna feel very, very bad about yourself looking in the mirror if you go back and watch anything from the 80s or the 90s. I was watching Eddie Murphy Raw stand-up the other day from the 80s. Fucking hilarious. And I'm watching it the whole time and I'm saying to myself, damn, if he did this shit today, oh my God, he would be canceled.
Yeah, he's getting fried.
He would be canceled. Like, nigga, pack up, nigga, don't even fucking get the Christmas, nigga. Don't pass go, don't collect $200, nigga, go straight to jail.
But I'm gonna say this though, I do think where we are now, sometimes it might be a little too excessive in the analysis, and it might be a little bit too excessive in kind of what we're trying to regulate. But I think that this is just kind of one of those things where we're at the tip of the iceberg when it comes to, like I said, the general progression of the world. And so some stuff might kind of seem harsh initially, but over time, I think that it'll kind of get smoothed out, and I think that comedy will be kind of comedy, and people will leave it where it is. And so hopefully, you know, I feel bad that Ari Lennox felt affected in that way because of, like I said, what Martin means to me. But, you know, shout out to her.
Absolutely, man. Shout out to Ari Lennox. You know, I actually seen Ari Lennox at a festival one time. OneMusicFest.
They just announced that lineup, bro.
She tore it down.
Yeah.
And they just released the OneMusicFest festival lineup.
Yeah, let me check that out.
2025.
Yeah, go ahead and cue that up and
going
let me pull
down
this up.
at Piedmont Park, October 25th
For sure.
and 26th. And when I tell you the lineup is star-studded, it's star-studded.
Absolutely.
Shout out to the homie Motown. Shout out to Jay Carter, Steve, the whole camp over there, man. I love what they've done with OneMusicFest. And, you know, it started in, like, you know, one little small area over there by King Plow, and now it's become like this big, massive festival. It's like one of the best festivals for the culture. Like, I don't look forward to too many festivals. You know, like you got Coachella, you got Roots Picnic, you got Made in America. You know, you have all these different festivals.
Yeah.
But like for Atlanta and for our region, that festival is OneMusicFest. So I look forward to it.
Shout out to
every year.
OneMusicFest. Hey, look, now I don't know about this year because I know we just getting off the ground. Next year, man, y'all hook some niggas up with some tickets, man. Let us get backstage, you know what I'm saying?
Come
Interview the
through
artists.
Motown.
Because we do talk to the culture, so it only makes sense. We're going to tap in there for sure. But I saw that they got Jasmine Sullivan's going to be there. Future.
Mary J.
Chief Keef, Mary J. Clips. Doechii.
Hey, my boy Havoc from Mobb Deep.
Yeah, Greg Street gonna be
now.
in there shutting shit down. So it's gonna be a big move for sure.
And somebody that you put me on to.
Who this?
Ray Vaughn.
Oh yeah, shout out to Ray Vaughn. Ray Vaughn is gonna
will
be in the
on there.
building.
And what I love about OneMusicFest is like, you know, it's different genres. It's different, you know, it's different types of music.
Yeah,
it's
not just a
different
hip-hop
experience.
festival.
And there's a lot of activations and a lot of experiences. So you're not just going just to see one person perform it. Like you're going for the whole entire experience, all the food, all the engaging interactions that they have. You know what I'm saying? So it's a very, very well put together, well thought out, well planned, well executed festival. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking forward to going this year.
For sure.
I'm looking forward to talking to Motown. That's one of my guys. He's one of the organizers. I'm looking forward to them. The DJ sets that they have are always amazing. Hopefully, I can get booked for one.
Like shameless plug.
Right.
You know?
So OneMusicFest is definitely that culture. If you plan on going to a festival this year, make sure you pull up in the A-Town October 25th,
Absolutely.
26th. In Piedmont Park, man.
Yeah, no, that's gonna be lit for sure. That's gonna be a movie. Now, like I said, I haven't been to. I think we talked about festivals not too long ago. I haven't been to any festivals before. This might be the first time that I ever step out and go there. So you're for sure going.
I'm for sure going.
Oh yeah, so you're hooking nigga up with tickets.
For sure going. I'm gonna see what I can do. You know, I'm gonna see what I can do for the gang.
Okay, yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, no, we'll talk about that off camera. You know, speaking of music, okay, I know me and you was talking before the episode started, and I put you on a little bit.
Yeah.
You know. Shout out to Primo Rice, man.
Primo Rice.
He's tough.
He's
now,
tough.
I was scrolling through Instagram a month ago, maybe something like that, and I had seen one of these pages repost him, and I started going through, and I think Star Status, which is actually like the intro on his project, that was the first record I heard, and that was super tough. We ain't got to spend crazy time on it, but I have been listening to him. He's one of the newer artists, like super, super new.
For sure.
Yeah, doesn't have a huge following yet. His vibe, how would I kind of describe it? Kind of like, he kind of remind me of Larry June to some extent, but like a lot more
Larry
bouncy.
June, that's dope.
Yeah, but he's like a lot more. He got a lot more energy to him. He
has a laid back, aggressive kind of flow.
Yeah, it's
laid
interesting.
back, but it's also aggressive.
For sure.
And he be talking that shit too.
Nah, for real, he's hard.
I like somebody that can get on there and talk that fly shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He get up there and it's dope. So I'm definitely looking forward to
because we was
more
talking
music
about
from him.
that. We was talking about that Clips album, and obviously Clips was so great for his lyricism. And Primo don't be slacking on the lyricism, but he does have a lot more of a vibe and something that, like for me, bro, I ain't gonna lie. His most recent project, and let me see if I can pull it up because I got to be accurate with the people, you feel me? He had a project called Bad Motherfucker that just dropped not too long ago. Highly recommend y'all download that when you get a chance. That intro is crazy. So yeah, no, so the intro is crazy for that record, but I will say one record off there that I think that everybody needs to check out, like my favorite record, Geekin' Me. That song is stupid. The bass is stupid. It's a nice vibe. Like if you at a party, you just press play on that joint from the top and then you just keep it pushing. Absolutely. It's gonna be good shit.
You know who I wish was performing at OneMusicFest though?
Who this?
Raekwon the Chef.
Man, hey, shout out to Raekwon, bro. Hold on.
Raekwon the Chef.
Because we just finished talking about the aging. I told y'all episode 1, man, I love how hip-hop is being allowed to age now.
Right.
It ain't just the Eagles that's going to be able to tour until they're 95. You feel me? I don't want to see none of that shit. I want to see my rappers still getting it in and still being able to go out there and not only support themselves, but drop something impactful. And Raekwon just dropped an album not too long ago, and that shit is crazy.
The Emperor's New Clothes.
Yeah.
And honestly, bro.
Wait, watch your words, because that nigga searching for words to say something crazy.
Say a wild take. You know I'm gonna give a wild take.
You don't have to, but you about to.
Nigga,
go
this is
ahead.
a wild take. Man, this is the dopest album he's made since the Purple Tape.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Since Only Built for Cuban Links.
Hey, hold on a second. Let me.
You know what I'm saying?
I got a napkin or something. That nigga had me nervous for a second.
And it's right there with it, man. When I tell you from production value, just lyrics, bars, just everything.
Even the hooks.
The hooks.
Yeah.
Everything is dope. And it's like
for sure.
nobody slacked. Not even from shout out to Griselda, that
Yeah,
Wild Corsicans
always.
record.
Yeah.
With Benny and Conway and Gunn.
Crazy.
Smashed it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When him and Ghost get on the track again, it's almost like they never miss the beat, bro.
No, that's real.
It's like they bring out the best of each other when they get on the record. And then of course, Godson from QB, Nas, the Omerta verse, fire.
Nas, explain.
Fire.
Nas, I want you to explain in your own words. Why did you give Clips that little mailed-in verse, and then he gave Raekwon a 64 of that's one of the best verses I've heard this year.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Straight
you know
up.
what I'm saying? And it's
He
dope
smashed that.
because he's almost like saying like, yo, he enjoys seeing the legends being able to get up and get Grammys as well. You know what I'm saying? And it not be foreign to people like, well, damn, why is Killer Mike getting a Grammy, or why is this getting a Grammy? Like, nah, like this is the culture. This is what it was built on. Like this is
sure.
you know, the legends and the pioneers, when they need to be celebrated. Now I am a big advocate of us creating a new genre. I would love to see an urban hip hop adult contemporary genre. You know what I'm saying? Because I do feel like when Raekwon drops an album, or Ghostface drops an album, or the Clips drop an album, it doesn't need to be on the same charts as Lil Baby or Tyler the Creator. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Almost the same way that R&B has its own separate genre
like
of adult contemporary.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So some of the artists that are on that chart aren't competing with, you know, some of the younger artists.
Yeah.
And I feel like hip hop has aged gracefully.
Absolutely.
I feel like, you know, it proves and shows that you can grow with your audience.
For sure.
Your audience should still be able to support you. And it doesn't have to be a 20-year-old, 30-year-old game no more. You could be 40, 50 and evolve and still make music and still be supported as an artist.
And to your point, because we talked about this with the Wayne Project, what I love about Raekwon is he ain't trying to do nothing but be him.
Be him.
You know what I'm saying?
Raekwon is quintessential.
Yeah.
Raekwon,
Chef.
the chef.
Straight up.
Chefing.
And so to me, I think what was super dope about this project was, if you're into rapping for real, not that bullshit, not that pop shit, but if you really into lyrics and dope production, this is one of the albums that you would want to gravitate towards. Because to me, while this might not be on the same level as Eclipse, I think it's
it's better.
I
think it's better. I think
nigga gonna wait until the end of the show to say his craziest take.
To me, I feel like Raekwon's album is better than the Clips album by a hair, bro.
You are on
I feel like the replay value on the Raekwon album is a little bit higher than
what the fuck is this nigga talking about,
man?
Are you serious?
I'm just gonna say it, bro.
You need a Q-tip. Hey,
I'm just gonna say it,
I'm
man.
gonna tell y'all straight up, that Clips album is better than that Raekwon album. Shout out to Raekwon, but nigga, you're bugging. There's no way.
No.
Raekwon has a little bit more of like an older production to me. Again, now no disrespect, I know you more 90s baby than me, so you like that production a little bit more, and I do think he sounded fresh, and I do think the album itself sounded good, but fuck no, there's no way there's no way on God's green earth that album is better than Clips. I mean, no chance.
I mean, we're gonna have to agree.
We're gonna see it during the Grammys or something like that, because I will tell you this, something that I do think is encouraging is this should be firmly in the conversation for rap album of the year.
For sure.
And I think as well as Clips. And I think something dope too is, and you know, not to go too crazy, but talking about Nas, he's one of the people to me that when you think about the last 5 years, he's one of the more prominent older rappers that's putting out music consistently and is getting recognized by the Grammy Academy. So I think that that's something that's encouraging for somebody like Raekwon. When you put together a good body of work like this, it's not just going to be swept under the rug. I'm hopeful that it gets the recognition that it rightfully deserves when it comes time for the awards. So shout out to... Because shout out to hip hop all the time, and shout out to Raekwon the Chef, bro. That album is good. That's a good album.
You know who else dropped an album? Who this? Tyler the Creator. How do you feel about it? Because this your era, this your genre.
Yeah,
I rock with Tyler though. I think Tyler's super creative. You know what I'm saying?
I see what you did there.
But you know, I reserve judgment. I'll allow the younger generation to speak on it.
So I was looking forward to this album very much because Chromacopia, which he dropped November of last year, I believe it was, I loved that album from top to bottom. Anytime, especially the evolution of Tyler, and we'll have like some crazy Tyler rant one day, but real quick synopsis. I don't think y'all understand how crazy it is that this man was literally banned from London. He could not perform over there. and to where he is now, where he's scoring movies, not only movies, he's scoring kid movies. He did shit with the Grinch. You feel me? Like, and then I think also musically, his content and his instrumentation have taken a huge step up to where he's also working with some of these legacy artists. He worked with Charlie Wilson heavy.
Yeah.
He'll work with artists like Cleo Soul, you know what I'm saying? Different type of stuff like that he's even put me onto. So when this album got announced, I didn't really know what to anticipate because like I said,
never know.
He's on tour now too for his most recent album. This was not my cup of tea. Now I'm gonna say this, and I'm not even gonna dump on it for real. This is a dance album, kind of like a little bit, not 1-to-1, but how Drake did like an Honestly Nevermind, or how Kanye does a Yeezus. This kind of feels like it's a little bit more in that lane. Now, Tyler's done the more eccentric sounding stuff before on albums like Cherry Bomb, but this is a straight dance, pop, techno album a little bit. So I listened to it once or twice through. I'm gonna keep it a stack. That shit just is not for me. I'm not in that vibe to really be out there doing the shit. You know what I feel me? All that, or even
you don't take them type of drugs.
You feel me?
That's the problem. You don't take those type of drugs.
I know. I ain't sweating in no club or nothing. But it's a little bit more up tempo than probably what I'm used to. So I see that it's getting a pretty good reception. The people who like it love it. I haven't seen too much negative reception to it as far as like, you know, if people think that it's a good body of work or not. I think it sounded straight. It's just nothing that I'm gonna go back and replay if I'm keeping it a stack. But speaking of announcements, Daniel Caesar just announced that he got an album coming out.
I like Daniel Caesar.
Now listen, I ain't gonna go too crazy. I'm gonna just say this because I know that Daniel Caesar's canceled. I get it. I get it.
Why is he canceled?
The nigga stuck up for Yes Jules a couple years ago. Yes Jules, the influencer,
all right.
She said something goofy, and then the nigga essentially came out and was not only defending her, but literally daring niggas. Y'all can't cancel me. That shit not even real. Well, nigga, you learned the tough way. Nigga been dropping albums and it's been a tree falling in the woods. Has anybody heard it and doesn't make a sound?
Damn.
Now, when you are listening, I'm going to say this up front. The 3 albums that this nigga's dropped since he came out, phenomenal. I'm not going to lie, for an R&B artist, I don't think I've heard a discography this strong in my life. For a modern artist.
What do you consider modern?
I mean, I'm 30, so I'll probably say my music life started, 15-ish years ago, probably, like when I really started.
2010?
Yeah, 2008, 2008-ish. I would say is when I'm listening to music, obviously up until that point, but I'm talking about when you really start to understand what you're listening to, and it's not just, oh, that sounds good. You know what I'm saying? So that's when I really feel like I started to get it. And, you know. I don't know. I mean, I just don't really feel like that Tyler thing was moving the way it needed to, bro. I will tell you this, though. Did you listen to Alfredo, the new Freddie project?
Freddie Gibbs?
Yeah, I'll make this quick. Shout out to Freddie Gibbs. He dropped Alfredo too. I think that might be on the same level or kind of equal with that Raekwon album and that Clips album. Hey, listen to it. This nigga don't know. I'm telling you, listen to the Freddie project. Shout out to Freddie Gibbs. Him and Alchemist. Alchemist put his foot in the fucking beats.
All right. Well, now you might have drawn me in.
I said Alchemist, and then the ears start perking up.
Okay.
Nah, that project is real hard. If there's no other record you listen to, we gotta start doing like a record recommendation.
Okay.
If there's one record I tell y'all listen to off that Freddie project, it will be Ensalada with Anderson .Paak. Super hard.
Shout out to Anderson .Paak.
Just not realizing I got super distracted. Daniel Caesar. His album is coming out. That nigga ain't never missed. His project is coming out soon. Y'all be sure to check that out. Son of Spurgie, I believe it is. He's 3 for 3 thus far. So when that nigga go 4 for 4, just remember who told you. Mm-hmm. I think besides that, did you listen to that Sci-Hi freestyle? Speaking of music,
Sci-Hi is my man.
You heard that freestyle that he just
Killed
did?
them.
That shit was like 8 minutes.
Killed them. R.I.P. Young Scooter. Killed them.
Yeah, nah, for real. Nah, he spanked shit, and then he even did the Kanye Fake Love beat. I think
Sci-Hi's my guy, man. I got a chance to work with Sci-Hi really early in his career. If you go back. He actually did a freestyle on a radio show. He did a freestyle to the Travis Porter "Make It Rain" beat. You know what I'm saying? I had Akon pull up at the studio. This is when he was rocking with good music.
Second. I think he dropped a name on the ground. Go ahead. Keep going. My bad.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So he pulled up. He did the freestyle.
Yeah.
It was super dope. We were working on dropping a mixtape.
For sure.
I've seen the genius in Sci-Hi. for decades now.
Facts, yeah.
So,
Bro, because he's been dropping for a minute. If you're not familiar, like
he's been penning for some of your favorite rappers.
Come on now, he wrote Sicko Mode. If you don't know, the nigga wrote Travis Scott verse on Sicko Mode. That's a fact. So he's been putting belt to ass for a minute. It was disappointing when he dropped an album like when he dropped No Dope on Sundays in like 2018, I think. And bro ain't dropped a project since then. It seems like now he's kind of starting to try to roll some stuff out. He's been doing interviews, freestyles. So hopefully, because the nigga been teasing the project for almost 2 years now, hopefully this is the real rollout and he's going to get ready to come out because like Eclipse or Raekwon, I think that he could put out one of the better projects this year.
Hi.
What it doing?
Hey, man, I'm over here recording my podcast, bro. And they asking me would I see the 8-minute long freestyle that my brother did on the goddamn, on the web. I'm like, I'm not surprised by Sci-Hi freestyling, tearing shit down. My nigga's been doing this shit for decades.
Nah, for sure.
I was like, man, me and Sci-Hi pulled up to the radio station and my nigga killed that Make It Rain freestyle.
Nah, shout out to Sci-Hi for sure. Tell that, hey, we gotta have you up here. We gotta have that nigga up here when he drop Mr. EGOT for sure.
For sure.
Hey, man, when you dropping the project, bro, you got to pull up, come to the pod, bro.
Yeah, tap in.
Oh, nah, for sure. Absolutely.
My dog, man.
Shout out to Sci-Hi, man.
All right, bro. I'll holler at you later, bro.
Man, thanks for keeping hip-hop alive, man. Thanks for
Yes,
talking
sir.
about it, man.
For shit show, bro. I'm going to holler at you.
All right, my brother.
Oh man,
Look,
this
man,
guy might actually be connected. I thought you be
don't act like
bullshit.
I ain't connected
Nigga
in
might
this
have been calling
culture,
his mom
man.
for dinner or something like
I'm
that.
connected
Yeah, I
in
like
this
that.
culture, man.
Yeah,
Don't
I
act
like
like
that.
I ain't a part of it,
Okay,
bro.
I see
You know
what you're
what I'm
saying.
saying?
That boy, yeah, that boy a little extension cord. I see you. Yeah, I feel that. That
They
was
call
what's
me
up.
the socket, man. You
Come
know,
on now.
Just plug you on in,
Hey man, I was about to say something else, but that might be the one to wrap it up on, man. Wrap this shit up. Come on now.
Hey, man, what more can we say? Episode 6.
Yes,
Y'all know
sir.
the goddamn vibes, man. Episode 7. Y'all know it's going to be off the chain, off the hook, man. Shout out to the whole Platinum House gang, man. Jordan, what's up? Bully, what's up? Julian, what's happening? Ash, Brandon, Justin, Jimmy, the whole squad, man. You know, we got big things coming for the rest of 2025, man. We just left Miami. You know what I'm saying? That reel going to be up real soon.
I heard y'all was doing a movie on that joint too.
Speaking of movies, man, make sure y'all go out and see the Trouble Man movie. You know what I'm saying? Executive produced by the OG Keith Sweat, starring Michael Jai White, Method Man,
Facts.
La. My brother Justin Sweat got a part in it. Keith got a part in it. Orlando Jones got a part in it, man. It's a real big movie. Method Man. Did I say Method Man? Method Man in the joint.
Shout out to
You know what I'm
niggas just making their own. You know what I'm saying? You
Hey,
ain't gotta
man.
wait for a studio. We gonna put that joint in theater ourselves. You
Yeah,
feel me?
man. August 1st, it drops in the theaters, man. Make sure y'all go out.
Absolutely.
Y'all support. Y'all check it out, man. Trouble Man, Trouble Man, Trouble Man, Trouble Man.
What more can we say?
That's it, baby.